Guys, what's up? It's Joe Ready from Rady's Rise. We're back here at Loki Nissan in Clearwater, Florida, and guess what? We have that one compact sedan that's been around for quite some time. Is this vehicle right here. This is a 2025 Nissan Sentra. This is the top SR trim. But before we get into this compact sedan that is trying to bring some value, let's talk about what's going on here. So sedans seem to be less and less produced every single day, and more people are focusing on SUVs. But really, sedans still, I think, have a prominent place in today's automotive market, especially when it comes to affordability. And there's just something about having that lower center of gravity, more secure driving feel when you're behind the wheel of a sedan over a crossover SUV. Now, in this class, there's some pretty heavy hitters. The Civic, the Corolla, and of course the Mazda 3. And we can't forget those KTMs, the Hyundai Elantra and the Kia K4. But what I want to find out is that if you're looking for the most affordable compact sedan, should you be going with this Nissan Sentra SR? Why don't we go ahead, let's dive into ours and see if we can find out. Right off the bat, I like the color combination on this. That metallic gunmetal gray finish with the black wheels does have a sporty look to it. Up front, we still got the same style that's been around for a few years now. So you're gonna have LED headlights, a little bit of silver trim inside the headlight housing, working our way down, body color, and then they decided to give us these fake gloss black vent things. Would have been great to have some fog lamps, especially on an SR trim, the top trim on this particular Sentra. Let me know how you feel about those gloss black decorative vent areas. I do like on the SR how you get a little bit of dark chrome on that V motion grille. And as we move across, you have your gloss black, fully functional top grille with our Nissan badge, the SR badge, this being the top trim. And then on the bottom portion, you do have a gloss black lower splitter that is kind of blended in with the rest of the bodywork. But when you're looking at the face of a compact sedan, I think right now the two best looking ones, in my eyes, is gonna be the Civic or the Corolla. Not really loving the K4 or the Hyundai Elantra. Mazda 3 looks great, and we also can't forget the Volkswagen Jetta, but I still think that this is definitely in the top three. But Honda Civic and Corolla, to me, look better. Now, as you rise up, you got some body color on that top portion above the grille, and then smooth lines into the hood area. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do next with this design. I'm kind of excited because they've been doing some pretty big things with the rest of the lineup. So it's gonna be interesting to wait and see. Now, as we come around the bend, we do have optional wheels on this SR. So you have these 5-spoke, kind of twisted star wheels set up, all gloss black, 18-inch wheels in diameter. Tires are gonna be 215 on the width, 45 series sidewall, front wheel drive only. So really the Corolla and the Mazda 3 are the ones that you're gonna wanna look at if you're looking for all-wheel drive. Civic, this, the Elantra, the K4, they're all front-wheel drive as well. But let me know what you think about the wheel with our particular body color paint job. Now, coming down the side, you do have gloss black on the mirror caps. SR, surprisingly, does not get a sunroof. And then they have a little bit of shiny, bright metal work along the bottom. I'm gonna have to zonk that because it doesn't match the dark chrome that's on the grille. Color match on your door handles, and I do like the side skirt extension on that lower portion. Now, as we come towards the rear, you have a section of gloss black that gives you that rear floating roof design. And then as we come around the back, I do like on the SR trim, you are getting this trunklet spoiler, and they kind of notch out where that Nissan badge is. There's your SR badge, just like up front. And working our way down to ground level, pretty clean on the rear simulated diffuser, and you do actually get a finished exhaust, which is nice. Stainless steel tip / cut on the SR trim. But let me know your thoughts about the looks in the comment section. We're gonna go ahead and pop the hood and talk about what's powering our Nissan. All right, guys, we got the hood popped. You do have a prop rod. All the competitors in the compact segment have a prop rod, so that's even Stevens. I'm gonna go ahead and push that down. That just makes me feel better. What do we have going on here? We have a naturally aspirated 2-liter inline 4. What kind of horsepower are we looking at? So in this SR trim, you're looking at 149 horsepower, 146 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to a CVT. 0 to 60, right around 9 seconds flat. So make sure you're not racing anybody that's on a skateboard or an elderly person that's using their walker, because they're probably going to beat you. Top speed is right around 105 miles an hour. MPGs, 28 in the city, 37 on the highway. The car weighs 3,122 pounds. So for a car like this, we're looking at those MPGs. And even though this isn't a hybrid, you're still getting a decent amount of MPGs when it comes to this Sentra. But why don't we go ahead, let's fire it up and hear what it sounds like. All right, guys, we are inside this 2025 Nissan Sentra, that SR trim. I know you're saying to yourself, oh, wait, hold on a second. Oh, it's Nissan. Yeah? Hey, Josh, how's it going, man? Yeah, things are going good. No, we're still filming. Oh. Oh, really? Oh, no problem. I'll just correct it right now. Not a big deal. Yeah, not a big deal. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye. So that was Nissan. I guess they were watching our video and they found out that I fudged the numbers on the MPGs. They actually get better MPGs now on the Sentra than they did from just a couple years ago. So now MPGs on this car, 30 in the city, 38 on the highway. That's a nice improvement. If you're wondering, well, what about price? This SR top trim, you're looking at $27,000. Let's see what it brings to the competition. To the door panels. I love the way it's all soft touch. Soft touch up top. You got some nice orange contrast stitching. The rest is all soft touch. A little faux carbon fiber. It actually doesn't bother me because I'd rather have that than gloss black. Door pocket is a little small, so maybe 2 Egg McMuffins, a hash brown, and a large coffee to wash it down. Now going from the door panel to the dash, more of that nice orange stitching. Slide on in, you have your sort of like floating iPad style infotainment system, 8-inch screen, full color, full touch screen. Of course, you got physical buttons, but you also have the ability to touch the screen as well. I'm gonna throw it into reverse. Backup camera is not very clear, but you do have trajectory, which is nice, and it does take up all 8 inches, which is fantastic. You have your 3 circular AC vents. Down below, we have dual climate control, 2 stages of heated seats, USB-C, USB-A, aux jack, and a 12-volt, no wireless charging. But the good news is you can put 5 Twinkies here. This is going to control your CVT, and you see this button here? That's actually sport mode. Boop. Start-stop button, conveniently placed. 2 more cup holders. Soft touch with the stitching. Open this up, you actually have quite a usable amount of room. You could actually put, I would say, 7 VHS tapes in there. I remember growing up, especially when I became a teenager, whenever I brought a girl over, my parents used to love to embarrass the hell out of me by bringing out the old VHS tapes and putting on like an old birthday party or Christmas or something like that, just to embarrass the hell out of me. Now you could do that to your kids, because what goes around comes around. Keep the tapes in here so they can't erase it. Seats. They are cloth, but you do have some nice orange pop to them. Manual adjustments for the passenger, manual adjustments for the driver as well. And then you have the lighter headliner, which is not my favorite. So I got to zonk that and there isn't a sunroof. But why don't you come over to the business end? I do have a flat bottom steering wheel I want to show you in this Sentra. All right, guys, business time. Behind the wheel, you do have a nice little Sentra sill plate to remind you what car you bought. You do have manual controls. I'm a little bit bummed about that. That should be power for the driver's seat. I'm 6 feet tall. You got lots of room in here, which is fantastic. Steering wheel, that flat bottom with the orange stitching, flat black on the switch gear. It is a manual tilting and telescoping wheel. And then you have your digital gauge cluster. That's a 7-inch digital display in the center with all your other analog gauges. And you do have a cornucopia of information that you could scroll through. Other than that, nicely laid out. Let's get in the back seat and see what kind of fun we could have when the car is parked in that back seat. All right, guys, back seat time. You're gonna love the amount of room that you have in this Sentra. You do have one USB-A, so they're generous to give you one. I guess maybe thumb wrestle your partner in the back to see who gets to actually use it. The other thing that's nice is you do have an armrest, and look how soft this is. I almost want to take this out and use it as a pillow when I'm traveling. 2 cup holders, some of that orange stitching. But why don't we go ahead, let's get in that trunk because I want to go for a drive in this Sentra. All right, guys, trunk time. Hit the button, pops right up. That's going to give you 14 cubic feet of space. I do like the way they have these little hooks that hang down. You pull them down for when you're loading up your groceries so you don't have your honeydews and your cantaloupes rolling all over the place. And you do get a spare, another nice touch. But why don't we go ahead, let's close the trunk because if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go see how this Nissan Sentra SR drives. All right, guys, we left Loki Nissan. We're in this 2025 Nissan Sentra SR. And right away, you're gonna like just how the arrangement of the interior is. Even though it may not be as flashy as some of the new vehicles, it's very easy to get to everything. That 8-inch infotainment system, all the cubby holes, the cup holders. And I'm okay with the analog gauges. I don't need a full digital gauge cluster personally to make me happy behind the wheel. The seats are comfy, they're supportive. And overall visibility in this for a compact car is very, very good. I know the one big thing that's the elephant in the room is the CVT, especially the Jetco CVT. Not really the greatest, but it does help with MPGs. I mean, to get 30 MPGs in the city and 38 on the highway is pretty darn good. But let's go on throttle and see how this thing accelerates. On throttle, here we go. You do have simulated shifts, which are nice. It actually feels quicker than what the numbers are saying, but trust me, do not race anybody on a bicycle, a skateboard, or somebody walking, because they are going to beat you 0 to 60. That's for sure. You do have automatic start stop, and we could deactivate that very easily by hitting the button. Nice throttle sensitivity. And just really overall a very comfortable car. I mean, this car is not pretending to be something that it's not. And for $27,000, there's just not a lot out there at this price point. I mean, that's the bottom line. But the cabin is actually fairly quiet. Not a lot of road noise, not a lot of wind noise. And it's just one of those cars that, you know, you're gonna be able to get to where you need to be, and you got plenty of amenities. We're gonna make a quick U-turn, see how this goes. Turning radius, from what I found, is fantastic. I love the turning radius. On throttle, here we go. Like I said, with the simulated shifts, it does keep that annoying pegged RPM effect to a minimum that you normally get in a CVT. So just something to know that it does have the simulated gears to kind of help with the overall driving experience. But like I said, it definitely brings a competitive price for what you're getting in the compact sedan segment. But I hope that this has been a good, quick overall review of what the Sentra is bringing for 2025. We're going to get back to Loki Nissan and wrap this one up. So I will see you in a split second. All right, guys, another great day in so many ways here at Loki Nissan. Definitely going to thank Alon, Adam, and the rest of the crew getting us access to this 2025 Nissan Sentra SR. Let me know what you think. Are you going this, or are you going, say, Civic or Corolla? Let me know in the comment section. But if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raised Rise family. Gotta get up to Stephen Flood. He's working hard, he's working out, and he's just loving life. So thank you, Stephen, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.